guess it's a bad way to start off. That's just, I'm playing Assassin's Creed in the background. But, y'all see what it says up there? Up top? It's not a good thing. They're now saying we're sent to Robert De Niro, latest in wave of explosives sent to Trump critics. So let me get this straight. Not one was functional. Every receipt had mail screening service, and every single one was intercepted. Exploit this to try to manipulate the public into thinking patriotic Americans are somehow responsible. Is the worst in history. It's clearly... Where is any of the security footage that... Okay, so this just happened like the last day. So, when have we ever, when there's an active investigation, had stuff come out within a day? Especially when something like this, and this is me just combing Twitter, you would have to know if anybody else helped them get it. You don't want them to... I can't believe people are putting up how to make it. Are you kidding me? Don't be putting that crap up. So I'm just going to go to the article because this is ridiculous. And I'm going to the New York Times. Whoa, I'm disappearing. That's what happens when the white part comes on. The white background. Let me see if I can change it. Can't see how I look, but there might be something in the background. Most likely is. Yeah, you can see the back part of it. I'll put myself over here. But an explosive addressed to Robert De Niro was found Thursday morning at his production company in Lower Manhattan. The latest in a wave of similar devices sent to several prominent Democrats who have been the New York Times, that's how they wrote it. Threats of President Trump and several right-wing figures. A law enforcement official said the envelope and printed address labels were similar to those on explosives sent to former President Barack Obama, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and others. And an X-ray shown it contained a similar device resembling a pipe. This appears to be from the same sender, the official says. Security personnel at Robert De Niro's company, Tribeca? Never heard of it. Never heard of his production company. Discovered the package about 5 a.m. and called the New York Police Department, whose bomb squad responded. Officials briefed on the matter said it was removed about 6:30 a.m. and taken to the police department range at Rodman's Neck in the Bronx for disposal. Early Thursday, a swarm of police vehicles and ambulances on standby choked the street of neighborhood just a block from Hudson River. The police closed off several blocks around the building. That house is the film company and Robert De Niro's restaurant. Oh man. Flashing blue and red lights from dozens of patrol cars and SUVs cast a harsh glow on the faces of puzzled commuters arriving for work at the offices of Citibank a block away. During the Tony Awards ceremony in June, Robert De Niro gave a speech in which he attacked the president with I'm not even going to go into it. On Wednesday, President Trump at first announced the attempt bombing, saying that at the White House, we have to unify? Did Trump really say that? But at a nighttime rally in Wisconsin, he took a more pointed tone, criticizing the news media about Democrats even as he asked Americans to come together in peace and harmony. And Thursday morning, in a tweet that did not address the bombing directly, he blamed the media for the anger we see today in our society. A very big part of the anger we see today in our society is caused by the purposely false and inaccurate reporting of the mainstream media that I refer to as fake news. It has gotten so bad and hateful that it is beyond description. Mainstream media must clean up its act fast. Federal, state, and local investigators in New York City, Washington, Florida, and Los Angeles are involved in the widening case, which has not resulted in any injuries but has sent a shock through the nation's political and media establishments. The first bomb was found on Monday at the home of George Soros, the billionaire advocate of liberal causes in Westchester County, north of New York City. On Wednesday, officials revealed that similar devices, all contained in manila envelopes, were sent to several people, including Mr. Obama and Mrs. Clinton and Representative Maxine Waters of California, all Democrats. Another bomb addressed to John Brennan, a former CIA director, was sent to the office of CNN in Midtown Manhattan. And yet another was sent to Eric Holder Jr. I can't believe they sent it to him. That's crazy. But because it was addressed incorrectly, it went to the return address on the package. The office of Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, a Florida Democrat and former chairwoman of the DNC committee. None of the devices harmed anyone, and it was not immediately clear whether any of them could actually have exploded. It was also not clear whether they were the work of one person or multiple people. So if it was sent by one person, it would have been on a plane. This is a crazy story. And I can't believe that people... In my briefing about the MAGA bomber, great name by the way, I asked who is motivating the MAGA bomber to target the evil Democrats, enemy of the people. Oh, this is a fake one. That's bad. It's not his real one. That's a pretty funny one. So he did say unity, and in this one they had more of the... Man, do they not have Grammarly or whatever? Come on, New York Times, y'all can at least get that right. Where was it? Unify. Not Unity. I mean, look at, like, wow. That's a pretty funny picture, though. Mueller as Superman. It's Mueller time. Somebody's a little bit too into... Wow, this is going to be taken off. If this... Oh, Breitbart is reporting it. I bet you it's gonna be somebody that follows Q. Almost take a lot of these Q people have, I'm not saying anything bad about certain, like if you just follow it just because it's easier way to get the news, cool. But if you take it to heart, that's a scary thing. But it is like the YouTube channels, if you just want to get what's in the news and not have to listen to all this, but you're still listening to a one side of the aisle. I mean, when you're listening to one side of the aisle, you're not getting the truth. When you're listening to somebody that's been factually accurate in everything that they're reporting and not reporting stuff before it's absolutely necessary or everything has been absolutely checked off to be truthful, then you can... That's the hard thing about it, because a lot of people just go ahead and, like I'm doing right now, I'm not telling you anything that's true and that's not true. I'm just reading it and just seeing what it is, because obviously it's trending over here, and I actually was looking at this earlier. This was 2 hours ago. And I wasn't going... I was playing Assassin's Creed, and I was just looking at this, and that's all I was doing. But is that the Scream mask? I have that mask. Well, it's probably in the trash now, but yeah. But it's hard to know who to trust. That's what really does suck about looking into all this stuff. And ever since the election, I mean, I watched when Benghazi happened. I flipped it to CNN. I was up at, what was it, 12 o'clock? It was midnight or 1. They went live when it happened. So I got to watch everything that was getting reported at the time. Not thinking it was a big thing. Only thing that was a big thing about it was, besides Americans lost their life, because at the time we didn't know that. We just knew that a embassy got hit. And when it first broke, and that's when they started going into breaking news, Justin Bieber got arrested. No, I'm just playing. But that's when everything changed in media. Like, there's a couple of points, like 9/11, when 9/11 happened, media changed. I mean, I remember sitting in 7th grade watching the towers come, 6th grade, watching the towers come down. We didn't do anything the rest of the day. We had the TVs on in 6th grade. Watched the whole thing throughout the day. We went to each of our other classes. And my stepdad at the time was a Fort Worth cop. And he told my mom to come get me and my stepsister from school. But she didn't because she had to work. And because they thought that other stuff was happening. They thought stuff was getting sent to schools in Fort Worth because they had a credible threat 2 days before that. And then they went to the trade center that's in downtown Dallas. And he was in Fort Worth. But as soon as like all that happened, because he was a narcotics officer, anybody that's not patrol was sent to help around the areas, not even in their district. And they told my mom had to work, so she didn't come pick us up. But like a couple hours later, he was like, well, it's fine, because you gotta remember when that happened. So it was 9 o'clock there. It was 9:30 or something like that. So school was just starting. We didn't find out till second period, actually. And I remember the person that said the first thing that when it happened. And I go, I didn't even know what the World Trade Center was at this time. Because I live in Texas. We don't think about stuff like that. That's up north. And even though I've been to New York before then. And we went up to New York for a baseball tournament. But I didn't even know what the World Trade Center was. And she said that it just got hit. And I didn't believe her. And I was like, well, what is the World Trade Center? Because obviously, 6th grader, all I care about is sports. I've very little about anything else at the time. And that was a crazy day because every class we went into, they brought the TV sets in there. They rolled them in there. They just had the TV on all day. So from 8 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock, we were watching all the news on it. Because no one could comprehend what was going on. And I don't know if that happened everywhere else, but that was a crazy day. And I walked home from school. I remember walking home from school with my best friend at the time and two girls. One of them was my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I don't remember at that time. And one of them was his girlfriend. And it was a crazy time, man. It really was. Because we had no idea what was going on. Especially being kids and not knowing. I remember See, the crazy thing is, I always think, especially then, nothing can happen to me. And when that was the first time that my innocence was broken right then, was my cousin. My uncle went to go pick up my cousins from school. The only reason he went to go pick up his cousins from school was because my aunt was on a plane up in the Northeast, and he didn't want her to think that happened and it was her mom. And at the time they didn't know. And it was there's no way she's gonna be able to be up at school and have that on her mind. And I couldn't even imagine thinking that could be your mom, and if it happened. So crazy. But wanted to do this real quick. I'm gonna keep playing Assassin's Creed. I might go live later, maybe. Well, there's not much that I'm gonna do today. I might go to grocery store and show y'all something that I saw a couple weeks ago. That was kind of disturbing. But y'all have a good day. We can't, nobody, we can't be doing this. We can't be sending stuff, even if you don't like the people. To change is not to hurt people. You don't change anybody's minds by hurting people. Get that through your damn skulls. It's annoying. And insulting people doesn't help. Like, Robert De Niro shouldn't be insulting anybody, especially when he's a celebrity. He shouldn't be insulting people because he knows it's going to rile up people that support Trump. And I just can't deal with the stupidity that people will actually, for something that will never, most likely, politics will affect you, what, 2% of your life, maybe? Unless you're in politics, that's the only way that it will affect you anymore. It'll be when you're going to vote, and the months, if it becomes like a sport, then it's like 10% of your life. And if you're doing it for a living, it's like 45% of your life. So for anything that's not even 50% of your life to do something that drastic, you are insane. And for these people, they're just bored. You gotta remember, these people are bored out of their mind, and they sit there and watch TV all day or read the newspaper all day. Like me being disabled right now, I play video games so I don't have to watch this crap. I love video games though, but to watch people just talk crap about each other, that's why I hate it when YouTubers do that drama bullshit. I really do. That annoys the crap out of me. I'd rather them just stick to this is what happened, this is true, bounce, make it a 3-minute video. I'm saying that, and this is probably like a 25-minute video or something like that. So, but this isn't something that I can just cover really quickly, and I understand that some people get annoyed with it. But peace, have a good rest of the day. Stay positive. Don't let people get in your head and affect your day, and you drastically change the rest of your life, like so many people have done since all of this has happened. Friendships, family members, jobs, people burning bridges over opinion. And it's just their opinion, but they're spouting it off like fact. So don't let it affect you like that. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it separate us. Don't let it happen. Love y'all, and stay positive.